Frederick Schatz was hired as the Crystal Springs Water District Superintendent in 2014. Faced with a water master plan that was woefully out of date, Fred was immediately faced with a daunting challenge.
Had a master plan done in 2015, and as a shock to the district, it went from $8 million up to $48 million from the last master plan we had. A lot of the project had been slated since the 60s and still hadn't been completed. We had been saving for some of those projects, but we couldn't save fast enough to get beyond those cost increases.
Fred faced the challenge of providing quality services to the district without overburdening the patrons with exorbitant water rates.
The need for the west side was, we had a lot of boil water notices, critical issues that arised every time there was a fire, and then customers were always on the verge of not having enough water pressure. Crystal Springs District sits in Hood River County. We serve 52 square miles of the county, mostly rural residential, fruit industry, fruit packing, processing is our major industries. We have 172 miles of main to feed about 2,600 customers. So it creates a challenge for just the size of the district. Not that many customers per mile of pipe, so it creates a little bit of a challenge in pricing our projects.
The water plan called for an additional 2 reservoirs, along with other numerous system improvements. A comprehensive rate study was the next step. Fred worked with the Safe Drinking Water Revolving Fund to come up with financing options for both reservoirs.
After looking at the $48 million plan, the next step is, how do we pay for it? One of the easiest things to use with educating the board was the documentation over the years of all these projects we've been talking about, some of them since the 60s. And there was a lot of numbers from different master plans, all up to the newest master plan. And it doesn't take too much to show, hey, we're getting outpaced by costs. And these costs are going to just keep going up in the volume that they have been. It's exponential. The board sought fit to implement those plans to get us the funds that we needed to operate, to get through that master plan in a timely manner.
Fred was also instrumental in acquiring the Odell Water District.
The first reservoir project we looked at was our West Side Reservoir project, which was critical for maintaining 20 psi pressures in our system and fire protection for our industrial areas and our residential areas. So went to Safe Drinking Water Revolving Loan Fund for funding, and got the funding for the West Side Reservoir project. Shortly thereafter, we sought funding for our South Valley Reservoir project to get our capacities up to what we knew what should be our standard capacities. We had no Upper Valley water storage at all. It fit within our needs for a secondary water source. We're continually looking for other water sources to help be as resilient as we can.
Fred has shown amazing leadership and dedication to the district while aggressively working to improve the Crystal Springs water system. He has also provided expert training to the district staff.
Part of the challenges since 2014 is that we had a high retiring rate, so we've replaced the entire staff but myself. So there was a lot of challenges in that. So it did mean I took a bigger role in training all our staffing aspects. We're kind of an expensive area to move into, so bringing staff from outside can be a challenge.
The district is fortunate to have a superintendent like Frederick Schatz, who is dedicated to his job and to the community that he serves.
I feel fortunate to work in a district like this, and I enjoy the rural setting that we have, and the customers become like friend and family. So I guess I just really enjoy seeing myself stay in that type of position, that I have that ability to work with the community and work with my customers and enjoy a great place to live.